I was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease about 30 years ago. My life had come to kind of an abrupt halt. I had been fairly, really active. I was working, I was in banking, had a lot of long hours, um, and I started having a lot of pain. Thought I just maybe had twisted my back or something like that. Went to a family physician, and they finally did X-rays. And at the time, it came back. As I said, I was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease and severe osteoarthritis. Um, Obviously, with that, I wasn't really sure what was happening to me. I just knew I was told diagnosis. As time went on, I had a lot of more pain, um, and it just got worse. Started radiating down my legs. Um, my life had changed a lot at work. There was days I wasn't able to go to work. There was times I had to stay in bed. I'd wake up maybe all through the night several times, not allowing me to function properly through the day. Limited a lot of my activities, not able to sit in a car, sit very long. I had to get up and down. Um, Life was just very challenging for these days. Um, I finally was referred to a orthopedic doctor down in this area in South Georgia. Um, I thought that was the right thing to do. I was told that, that's where I needed to be. And I did some research, and I thought I was going in the right path of just seeing an orthopedic doctor that handles a lot of areas of back, shoulders, knees, whatever. So I went to them, and I started a long road of medicine. Uh, I was referred to a pain management doctor. I had numerous facet joint injections in my back to help with the pain. I was put on a lot of medication to try to help with the pain. And as time went on, nothing was working. Everything seemed to be getting worse. So my life obviously took a very downward turn. Things were worse, challenging at job, trying to maintain working in the family life and things that I was responsible for became almost none. Ended up having to have surgery by this orthopedic doctor, and that became a very downward spiral for me. I did not know Dr. James or anything like that. And I was just basing it by convenience, location. It was easy to get to this doctor. We had a surgery, and I went through a lot of devastation. Had severe infection, had to have a growth shot port put in. The surgery lasted for a while. I came out of that okay to a certain point, and then all of a sudden my back became in such pain that I could not even comprehend how much pain I was in it. Some days I could not stand up straight. I was unable to walk. I just couldn't understand what was going wrong. I had done everything I was supposed to do. So I ended up going back to my orthopedic doctor here in Tifton, Georgia, South Georgia, and he checked me. We did an X-ray, and when I went in to see him and he came in, he told me everything was fine. There was nothing wrong. My surgery was fine. Everything looked good. And I just was in shock. I thought there's no way I could be in that much pain and living the life I was living. I was no way I could do this. There's got to be something wrong. But he said everything was fine, so I trusted him. But I left out of that office devastated to the point I actually sat in a parking lot in tears, not knowing what to do. To be honest, I just didn't even want to live anymore. it was very trying time, very dark period of time for me because my doctor that I trusted, they told me everything was fine, yet I was in terrible pain, and I didn't know what to do. And then a friend introduced me to Dr. James. Luckily, when I made the choice to go ahead to see Dr. James, obviously I knew nothing about Dr. James except for what I was reading about, and my friend had told me about Dr. James. I was scared to go to Atlanta. It's a long ways from here, not knowing anybody in Atlanta, but I needed something. I knew something was wrong, but I was also scared that I would be told the same thing. I went to see Dr. James and waited for just a little bit. They were so kind to me at the office, and went in to see him. He came in. We discussed a few things. I told him how I felt, the amount of pain I was in. Dr. James did multiple tests in the office on me, and he said, let's do an x-ray. He said, let me just go start there, and then if not, we'll do MRI, see what's going on. I did an x-ray, and within just a few minutes, Dr. James walked in the office, the waiting room I was in, and he said, I know exactly what's wrong with you. And I kind of looked at my husband, and I looked at Dr. James, and he put the x-rays up on the screen. I'll never forget seeing it. It had just been 2 weeks prior to that. I had went to my other doctor, and he's saying that everything was fine. When I looked at those x-rays, he said, your rods and screws have come out of your back. He said, your rod is lodging against your spinal cord. He said, that is why you're in so much excruciating pain. I had never been so shocked and so excited and all kind of emotions. I just cried. I looked at my husband. I said, I can't believe it. There is something wrong. And Dr. James said, yes, and we can fix this, and I can do this. He said, I want you to be in surgery tomorrow. And I told Dr. James, I said, I'm ready. I said, but the thing is that I need to go home for a second, gather myself. And we came back within a day or two and had surgery done. Dr. James made me feel like I wasn't crazy, that there was something wrong, and that he could fix it. I was scared, but Dr. James made it very easy for me. Everyone in the office helping me through the process of getting ready to Atlanta, to the hospital I've never been to know that I was going to be okay. That's what Dr. James instilled in me, that he could fix this, and I did have hope. My day of surgery, it went very well. We were there early that day. Obviously, being that I had had previous surgery, I was nervous, and I think anybody would be nervous at that time, but everybody at the hospital was very good. And I had a comparison of what it was like, previously at another hospital to this hospital. Everything just went amazingly well. I was very scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. I just knew something had to be done, and Dr. James told me he could help me. Dr. James came to see me prior to the surgery, made me feel at peace about having the surgery, knowing that it was going to have positive results. He told me it was going to be a long surgery. He informed my husband that it was going to be a very long surgery. Obviously, when I woke up from having surgery and kind of knew what was going on, obviously I had surgery pain, but the excruciating pain that I had of things that had gone wrong were gone. Every day became a little better while I was at the hospital. Dr. James came in that evening also after surgery, obviously, to check on me, and I never could have enough words to tell Dr. James that day how thankful I was. I was still scared, but he just kept reassuring me that everything was going to be fine. after numerous days in the hospital, I was able to come home. We had a long trip home, and I started to walk more. It took time to get over the surgery, but as I continued to move and continued to, every day that went by, I continued to improve. And after a while, a period of time, after seeing him and Dr. James in post-ops and telling him where I was at every day, I was able to start walking. I was able to kind of stand up. Things I hadn't been able to do in a long time. I was very, very pleased as every day went by. Things were just so different with this surgery versus the surgery I had previously had. I just was amazed about how much I could do and how much I was able to do as far as the recovery period time based on before. It just allowed me to do so many different things more in a shorter period of time. It was challenging, but you just keep going every day, and every day became a better day. My life now, after I've had multiple surgeries from Dr. James. I've had the spine surgery, the neck surgery. My life, I can't even tell you how my life has changed to the betterment. I'm able to do things I never had been able to do before once this diagnosis came on. As I had deteriorated so rapidly down, I was on the opposite swing going up as far as being able to walk and ride, and I could sit, I could go shopping. I was able to sleep all night. It's small things you think you take it, you don't think it's going to be ever happen again, but they became huge. Being able to sit and walk and go to church, I just thoroughly just enjoy life now. It gave me a whole new outlook on life. When you go through something like that, and through the multiple surgeries I've had on my neck and back, and Dr. James became family to me. He constantly checks on me. My husband still sees him. We see him. We go up there now. He always makes a point to talk with me to make sure I'm okay. And my life after this surgery became a mission. My mission was to let everyone know what I had been through, that please seek someone like Dr. James, to only go see Dr. James, in my opinion, that he is nothing but works on the spine. I've convinced numerous friends, those who were scheduled to have surgery locally around here, to please go see Dr. James, let them know what happened. I've even discussed with doctors after all this surgery. They knew where I had been at before and what had happened, that to please start referring everyone that they could to Dr. James, to at least give that opportunity to everyone, that kind of quality of a surgeon and the care that hospital and his office and everyone gave me. I wanted everyone to have that same opportunity and care that I had. I didn't want anyone to go through what I had been through, and that there is hope, and that you can heal and you will be able to live again, and that dark place doesn't last forever, and Dr. James and the office will always be there for you. And I've been there over 15 or more years now with Dr. James, and I wouldn't go anywhere else. And I know if I had to have something else done again, Dr. James would be the one that I would be there